Welcome to the Glowing Goddess. We are four women on a mission to positively impact, inspire, and ignite the collective consciousness with unique perspectives of empowering wisdom, divine guidance, and enlightening activation codes of truth. Tune in weekly for brand new episodes with a variety of epic content and tap into the magical offerings we have aligned for you. Thank you for being here. We are so grateful for your time and energy. Let's get glowing.
Hey everyone, I am Eleni. I am a sister, a mother, and a lover of life. I love life. I love being alive. But I am a motivational speaker. I have a coaching background, and I'm an author. But most of all, what I love is helping people understand metaphysics. I'm a teacher of metaphysical truth, and just so happy to be part of this Queen Squad rolling on.
Hey everybody, I'm Renee Marcoux. I'm CEO of the iHeart Academy, where I guide women to raise into their financial and spiritual wealth, inspiring them to own their divine calling and worth and lead with confidence.
I'm Amanda Monier. I'm an energy healer and New Earth visionary, just so passionate about helping people step into the truth of who they are and release all that dense stuff that isn't you and never was, so you can live on that golden timeline and just experience the best this life has to offer. I'm just so happy to be with everybody today.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. My name is Krysta. I am a woman, a wife, a mother, a coach, a best-selling and award-winning author, and former singer/actor. And I am so excited to be here with you all today as well. And let's dive into our topic of the day. So today we are going to be discussing overcoming overwhelm as a multi-passionate person, which I believe we all are here. I know for myself, I'm a mompreneur. I love doing multiple things. As a creative mind, it's kind of difficult for me to just pick one thing that I love. And I believe that because we are all multifaceted, multidimensional beings here on this planet, I think it's beautiful when we do take on different roles and embrace different parts of ourselves and nurture that creativity. And so for me, I'm a Libra, so I'm constantly trying to balance the scales here. And I love diving into the masculine and the feminine sides of self. And for me, I find that it's really helpful to focus on my masculine when I'm wanting to achieve things. So it's the going, the doing, the achieving, the organization and the structure, which really helps me to map out my days and keep track in my calendar of everything that I have going on, while simultaneously allowing for flow, the divine feminine, and that ease and intuition and creativity and guidance there too. So I find that for me, life can get overwhelming. I'm also a mom of two, as I mentioned earlier before. So it's very busy here at home. And what I like to do is I lean into community and as well as my phone, which is a lifesaver. So I don't know about you ladies here, but my phone is constantly, I'm keeping track of things in my calendar, my notes. Whenever a divine inspiration comes to me, I'll put it down in my notes. And I think that really helps for me personally to clear the space and the clutter that's in my mind so I can stay focused on whatever task it is that I have at hand. Because I do believe that when we are multitasking, we're not fully present in whatever we're doing. So for me, I like to block out time, and that really helps me to overcome that overwhelm. So I'm focused on this right here, right now for this amount of time, no distractions, and then moving on and kind of flip-flopping back and forth between realities of work, parenting, self-care, all those things. And on that note, I should add as well, like self-care, I think is really, really important to tap into, especially when we are feeling overwhelmed. I know like often it sounds like, oh, like some people think, oh, maybe we should just like add some more things to our list to do to help with all this overwhelm. But what I like to do is kind of take things away. So I'll chip at the block and see where I can take a few things off of my plate that aren't pressing, and then allow that space to be for me, for self-care. So my daily non-negotiables, journaling, meditating, even just taking 5 minutes to just sit and breathe and tap into my body space. I feel that that's really, really helpful for me. And I think less is more in this day and age, because, you know, the old way of thinking to me seems to be like the hustle and the bustle. And it's like the old way, the old paradigm. And I don't think that's where we're going in this world. This new conscious
Effort.
collective is
Yeah.
changing, right?
Struggle. You know,
Yes.
Chris, I wanted to jump in because you talked about sometimes multitasking isn't, you know, you feel like you're not giving your best energy to the project. And one of the tools that I absolutely love, and this is a gem from Esther Abraham Hicks, for those of you who might be familiar with her work, is segment intending. And that's really just kind of taking that pause before starting a specific task, setting the intention of what is your expectation? What are you going to accomplish? What feeling state do you want to get out of the next 20 minutes? It could be a 5-minute activity. It could be just folding your laundry. I want to feel accomplished when this is done. This is going to help me to feel organized and ready to move on to the next project. And then at the next segment, you're sitting down to write emails. What are you expecting? What kind of response are you expecting back? Just kind of stopping, pausing, taking that breath, refocusing. And I find when I'm vigilant with that, I actually get a lot more knocked off of my punch list.
Yes.
You know, another tool that I've actually gotten from Abraham is the to-do list. And we all, you know, write to-do lists, but what she guides to do, and I love this, is to split your paper in half. And I don't know if it would come up right on this. I don't know, guys. Yeah, maybe. So you write your to-do list in half. You put the line right down the middle. And write down all the things that are jumbling around in the head of the things you want to get accomplished, from painting the foyer to the emails you need to respond to, the work you had set out for the day. Write them all down. What can wait? What is not essential that has to be done today? Take that arrow, go to the other side of the page which you've labeled universe. You're giving that one to the universe today. Yes. Surprisingly, a lot of the things you give to the universe end up getting done that day, miraculously. But when that list is too long, you just take the things and put them over. Like, what is really not that pressing? What can I give to uni today to care for me? And I find that for me really helps to keep me calm. You know, on top of, you know, just regular meditation practices, but really just kind of getting it out of your head. And I think that that's important for us multi-passionate people. I'm sure you other ladies can identify that you're getting divine downloads all the time for all these different, Krysta, phone, brilliant. I text myself all the time. I've got notes going for all the different projects, but it's just really taking that time to just calm the mind. And when those things are looping around, get them out of your head. Put them on, take that minute, put them on paper. If it's interrupting your meditation, you're sitting down, you're trying to meditate, but all the different divine downloads are coming in, the things you want to do. Pause for a second, write them down, go, and then sit down and see it all working out. Do your meditation, take your calming breaths. I'm sure you other ladies might have some guidance on that too, as far as trying to keep on track and keep yourself calm. I think calm is the thing, because it's counterproductive, right? To be feeling frustrated with yourself when you're trying to.
Yeah. I love what you guys are all bringing up too, because I feel like it brings a beautiful point to circle back to around this energy of feeling good. Like, how can we feel good and focus on that first, because we're emitting that frequency. We're emitting that from our thoughts and our emotions, and also noticing maybe when we're not feeling good. Is it a time to identify maybe why, or is it a time to just like maybe do something where we can increase that vibration a bit more? And one thing that's really, really helped me with overcoming a bit of overwhelm and for me, I have a lot of energy, and something that's been absolutely game changing is understanding myself at a deeper level through my human design. And I don't know if you ladies are familiar with the human design, but it's just a cool thing that you can integrate in to your daily life. So there are 5 different types of human design. I'm a sacral generator. So really what generators are meant to do is we're meant to be doing what we love and responding to what the universe like brings to our table, brings to our awareness. And we're really meant to simply feel good and be working off of that, where there's, you know, projectors who are more our guides. And then we have our manifestors and reflectors and manifesting generators. So if you haven't heard of human design, I might recommend taking a look, and you can pull your chart on many different places, but it's just an added tool. We're mentioning just so many tools. And what I found too is it's just so powerful to find what works for you, find what feels good for you, and really take what resonates from each of the different things that people are saying and integrate that into a process where you can, maybe you have the to-do list and you're noticing these things as they come up, and you're really just focusing on feeling good and working with your different, your intuition, and really just leveraging that and getting that momentum. It's so powerful. Like once we have the momentum going, it's like, I've noticed in like the last week, there's just so much momentum of like this good energy. And I'm like, okay, I'm liking where this is going. And then you just start to build on that, and things just start to really, really come together so beautifully.
Yes. I love that. Generator here too, Amanda. I love
Yeah.
Projector.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah.
Of
For
course,
those
you're the
who might
guide,
not
Renee.
understand human design, I believe, Renee, you might have an interview on your podcast, right?
yeah.
Maybe you could link it down on our Facebook page
Yeah.
from Namaste with Renee. I do know that you've interviewed a few people who do human design work, but it is absolutely fascinating. And, and I think that, Amanda, you nailed it. It's about feeling good. And when we're forcing ourselves, we're multi-passionate people, we're setting expectations sometimes. And if a project isn't feeling aligned, well, that could very well be your high self saying, this isn't the time to work on it. You're not in alignment with this. Shift to something else. And I think that you brought up a valuable point. It's about what vibration are you emitting? Are you going to muscle through a project just because you want to get it done when you're not in that zone of inspiration? I mean,
Yeah, that does.
it's the best of you or the rest of you. I mean,
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, these have been like absolutely amazing tools that y'all are bringing to the table. I think it's something where when we can actually let our inner wisdom guide us, and we have that inner knowing of, oh yeah, this feels good in this moment, right? And we're looking for more things that make us feel good. Of course, like Eleni had mentioned, we have like to-do lists, we have responsibilities, and all these things that we're passionate about doing. And just creating a list, like she had mentioned, and just allowing the universe to come and step in. I think that's something where we can all even practice, like, so we can always continue to ask for more support, ask for more, joy as I continue this task or the next step, and one thing that I wanted to bring up with this topic today is, one of our, I know a lot of people know her, so I want to bring up her celebrity to this conversation is Jennifer Lopez. She is, and I mean, haven't ever met her personally, but at least from what I've witnessed of her in the world, she is multi-passionate in her career. And I know that so many of us, we all have more passions other than just what we're working on in our career, or, we're all coaches here. We have a healing level, every single one of us here in this group. And I'm sure even a lot of our listeners and people who are tuning in are like, oh, like, I might be in this job right now, or I might have started my career out as a Reiki healer, for example, but now I'm like really interested in like coaching or putting up e-courses or, all these things. And we're allowed to have that. Like, let's just give ourselves permission to be multi-passionate in the career space. Like, I remember for me, here's like a little story. I remember, so if anyone knows that I've started out my career at 15 as a singer, that was like, I was, I know Krysta, you can relate. Like, I had a singing path ahead of me. It was just something that was born within me. I just knew it was one of my purposes here, and it's something my soul was going to realize. And as the years go on, I realized, like in my early 20s, that I have more time. Like I want to do something where I felt more in control of, because a lot of my experiences in the music industry was basically handing over my um, being, my artistry, and letting somebody else play it out in how they think it's going to work. And I don't know if you could call it control freak, but I'm okay to claim that. Like, I'm okay to claim control
Same.
freak all
Yeah.
day. So I was like, all right, this feels interesting, but let me bring something else in that I really have more control over of my life. Like the people I want to work with, the people I want to serve, like the hours I want to put in, right? So coaching came into my lap. I literally was on the plane and in the sky, and I said, God, Goddess, universe, will you just show me another download that you feel that I can step into for another piece of my career? I have this time and I want to make a difference. Life coaching fell right into my lap. It was just clear, life coaching. Boom. I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Let's explore it. So before I knew it, I was in a training within a couple months. Anyway, the reason I bring that all up is because when I was first coming into the industry, right, the coaching industry, people mainly all knew me as the singer, right? Anyone in my family, anyone who was following me online and, all the social medias and everything. But I did get some what is it called? Like back push or backflash or something where people
Backlash.
think, yeah, thank you, where people were like, wait, like, who are you? Are you a singer or a coach? I'm like, can't I be both? I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm like, depends on who's looking for whatever, right? If I'm like
Right.
out at a concert and I'm like performing, yes, I'm a singer, right? But I'm like, I don't not talk about the universal laws just because I'm a singer and I have this, persona to fill. It was never like that anyway, but
It's like the old paradigm though, right? Like you pick a career, you work at it till for 50 years, you retire. Like it's like
yes,
old, worn out condition. And
yes,
I don't know. I know what we're all about, and that's letting go of worn out conditions and worn out things.
yes,
And we're expansive beings, right? Renee, you bring up such a good point. It's okay to shift. I've
yes,
shifted so many times, especially my awakening. I've shifted in the last 5 years. Probably there's been 6 or 7 pivots, which each one is more, just it leads to a new level of expansion, leads to more
yes,
knowledge. Do I still dip
yes,
back into the old stuff? Yes, it's there for me to pull up when I need it. But
yes.
this is our story to write. And why do there have to be any rules about how many things we can like to do? There doesn't.
Yes, exactly, exactly. And that's the beautiful thing. Like even
Yeah.
hearing all the tools that everyone has shared today, it's like, okay, if you want to be a coach and a Reiki master, you want to be a yoga instructor and a singer or whatever, right? It's like if you have that passion for it, there's a reason, right? I don't believe that God like dangles a carrot or the universe dangles a carrot. It's like, you have these passions in your beingness for a reason. And we don't have to humanize things and listen to society that we have to have it look some long particular way, right? Like we can give ourselves permission to have multi passions and use tools that are available to each and every single one of us, just like all of you goddesses have mentioned, that you can use to really help implement some nice structure, some nice opportunity to give it over to the universe, some opportunity to really show up and continue to feel good as you're in whatever you're doing that you're passionate about.
Yeah, that's so beautiful because I feel like our desires are there for a reason. They're part of your soul blueprint. They're part of your soul frequency and it's unique to you. There's literally no one else like you. So you may be passionate in all kinds of wacky stuff. Like I have an alter ego. I call it the silly wabbit. Like not a lot of people see that side of me. Like, but there's these like parts of you that you can bring out. And to me, that's what makes you magnetic is when you start to bring out these pieces of your authenticity that is unlike anyone else. And it's like this ball of you that is like people can, be inspired by it, right? But those desires are whatever it is. If it's to have a multi-million-dollar business, if it's to have a cabin in the woods, like it's unique to you, and to tap into those desires and start to get momentum. And actually, I'm going to save my other little part for when we go into some little tips that we're going to give to people today. But these desires, again, are not by chance, and it's things that your soul wants to experience. So I've found a powerful practice too is writing it down, like putting pen to paper as well is also a very powerful manifestation practice, rather than just, you can, saying it's also great. Like when I'm walking my dog in the morning, I take like the time, since I have it, to, speak into what I'm feeling. And it's not necessarily the words, but it's the feeling behind the words. It's the power behind what you're saying and the frequency of of believing that really starts to, again, build that momentum. It's all about this like momentum and belief. It's just so powerful. But, you know, for anyone who's kind of like, well, I have all these desires and nothing's showing up, it's like, keep going. Those desires are there for a reason. They're in your heart, your soul, your field, for a reason. So you're not crazy. You're not crazy, and you can have them. You deserve to have them.
You do.
I always feel like divine ideas are gifts from the divine, and we wouldn't have been shown them if it was something that we couldn't have. If something feels good, when you think about that and it lights you up, it's igniting, like you're saying, Amanda, that blueprint, that part of your soul, because it resonates with you. It's a vibrational match. And I love how you talk about scripting. And even for those who are going through overwhelm, script out the day. It doesn't, not the master script that you've already done for the big picture plan of how it all plays out, but that day, how is it all going to work out? What do you want to see happen for you? Journal it out. You can even sit and visualize. You can meditate and just see your day playing out exactly as you want. Some of the most successful people in the world have used that technique. I know that's a Neville Goddard technique. Is actually before you even get out of bed, play your day. But it's yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is so amazing. Eleni, that kind of leads to the tip that I was going to share, and perhaps we can jump into that portion, because this kind of like brings together everything that you three were just saying. You goddesses are amazing. And it's so funny because I was drawn to call this tip, which is kind of like a mindset tip, but it also brings together the 4 pillars. So like the spirituality, emotions, physicality, and the mental side, the aspect that we have. And it's called priming, and it's my favorite way to start the day. And if you haven't heard of it before, Tony Robbins does a great example of it on his website. You can go to tonyrobbins.com/priming. And it's literally taking like up to 15 minutes of time before you get out of bed, or just sitting in bed in the morning, and literally working with the breath, visualizing. So you're like simulating the parasympathetic nerves, and you're setting the mood and the intention for the day. And literally on the days that I do this versus the days that I don't, it's mind-blowing the difference that it makes. And it's so powerful because we are like literally feeling and bringing in and attracting like a magnet to us this powerful, grounded feeling that really sets an incredible intention for the day. And I think that being conscious and doing these practices is so healthy and helpful, and really helps us stay aligned and on our divine path, so that we can go forth and tackle the day in the best way possible, and not just survive, but thrive and keep coming back to this space. And the more we practice this priming in the morning, it's like the stronger that muscle gets, and we can tap into that feeling anytime in the day. Like the longer I do this, it's incredible how I can just sit there and take a minute if I am feeling overwhelmed, and go into this priming and just do a quick little version of it throughout the day. And it's like literally, like if you're into mechanics, like priming the tank if you can't start the engine, pulling the motor on the lawn mower. I had to do it the other day. I had to prime it. I was like, oh, I'm priming, but it's the same thing. Literally for the spiritual and the mental and the emotional and the physical. So it's so great. And I can drop that in the Facebook page as well. I'll drop the link in there so it's easy to click on people to see. It's wonderful. I highly invite you to try it out. It's so great.
And what a beautiful segue. Speaking of priming, my tip today for all you glowing goddesses out there is rose water. The benefits of rose water. Yes. So I love rose water as part of my morning beauty regimen, but also for my affirmations. So when you're doing your mirror work, right, and you spritz that rose water on you, I am radiant. How you can use this for deliberately creating your appearance. And yes, it's very possible to recreate and deliberately create your appearance, but using affirmations. How am I looking so young? How is my skin so clear? If you're someone who's maybe struggling with some acne or something like that, but you can use a process like spritzing your face with the rose water, which smells delightful, to really just kind of boost yourself up. I am beautiful. I am radiant. I am the body electric. I am reverse aging. You can even put them into question form, like I like to talk about, affirmations, so that your subconscious mind reticular activating system will start to validate it for you. But one of the Added benefits of spritzing rose water on your face. Not only does it smell delightful, the process makes you feel like an ultimate glowing goddess. But rose water heals depression. So the scent of rose heals depression. It boosts libido, meow. Because it helps to balance your hormones. So also if you're having painful cycles, it can help alleviate that. It's anti-aging. And it's also antibacterial. So if you're having any skin conditions. Now, I personally have leveled up my rose water regimen to using gold rose water. So this rose water has 24 karat gold in it, which Cleopatra was said to put on her face. But the gold actually helps with any dark spots, acne, and helps with firmness and elasticity in the face. So I love this brand. It's organic. It's called Levin Rose. I will put a link on our Facebook page, but this is my go-to, and it's part of my routine. And when I'm done, I just feel so fresh. I feel so beautiful and just illuminated. So I wanted to share that little tip with you guys.
Love, thank you.
Girl, thank you. And Eleni introduced me to that tip as well. So thank you, my glowing goddess. I've been using that for a couple months now, ever since my birthday when she sent me over my very first one. I'm like, ooh, this is divine. So for sure, I highly recommend the rose water. And now it has with gold in it as well. So many goodness around that. For me today, I just want to share a very simple tip that can really help you just allow yourself to be multi-passionate. And it's just really just getting grounded, standing, feeling your feet on the ground, and just allowing any type of distortion or any type of patriarchal, system or anything like that that has been put in your field or on you, and any type of expectation from society that no longer serve. So without even having to say all those words, just set your intention that whatever it is that is no longer serving you, and your highest self will know exactly what that is. Allow that to just be completely washed away out of your body, out of your aura, out of your field, and just down, 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 deep down into the center of the earth, into Mother Earth again, to be recycled. And so once you just clear your energy, you can really just say, I'm allowing myself to be me. I'm allowing my authenticity. And remind yourself of that every day, especially if you hear any voices or any thoughts coming up or anything on social media that's making you feel otherwise. And just remind yourself, I'm allowed to be multi-passionate. I'm allowed to follow my truth. I'm allowed to feel good, and keep giving yourself that permission. That's my tip for today, everybody.
Those are so amazing. It's like the cacao last week and now the rose water. I'm gonna get some rose water now. I'm like so excited. Rose water is so high vibrational too. I love it. Oh my gosh, so great. So my tip for the day is going to be around kind of a little like belief hack that you can do to really build momentum, like we've been talking about. Because what I've noticed even in my own life is I'm still going to be writing down like my really big, like expansive goals for myself. But if you're just starting, like still write those down. You're meant to have those. We talked about that. But let's just break it down, and maybe picking one thing. So maybe let's say your goal is to have a multi-million-dollar business and you're just getting started. Let's break it down to something you can get behind and really build that momentum and that belief. So maybe this month you're going something that you have a 10 out of 10 belief in, so that the universe can rearrange it, always rearranging, but show up for you in that way. So maybe it's this month, like I am going to have a 5K month, and you have a 10 out of 10 belief in that, rather than maybe you've had like a 2K month and you're like, oh, I'm going to have a 100K month. Like when we don't have that 10 out of 10 belief, when it isn't as expansive, sometimes it can neutralize it. There's that subconscious part of us that doesn't fully believe in it, that isn't fully behind it. So what I would recommend is having your big goals, right? Your big desires, but let's break it down. So break it down to something that is digestible. And even if that's maybe it's just like, you know what, I'm going to find a really beautiful parking spot today, or I'm something that you just am like, oh, that's easy for me. Because when the mind gets behind it, you start to just see it again and again and again. And then your belief continues to grow and grow, and you can build off of that. So that would be something that I would recommend, that I found to be very powerful in my life, to just break it down a bit, break it down into something a bit more digestible that you can fully get behind, because the universe already wants to get behind everything for you. But sometimes we get in our own way a little bit, myself included. So,
Yes.
but I think this is a beautiful opportunity to segue into ways that people can connect with us and any offers that we have. So I know Renee has something super juicy for today.
Oh, yes, yes. Well, I just want to say that these tips and tools and rose water, just amazing. I love, 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 Amanda, that you talked about um, making it believable for you. Yeah, it's so important, and really just getting your belief like really, really behind you. I think that's super powerful. So one thing that I'm going to offer today for everybody here is to go and grab a complimentary copy of the Ultimate Manifestation Kit, which I put together for anyone who may be a newbie to manifestation, maybe you want to fine tune some manifestation, or just interested in the tools. And I will share with you my top 3 tools, and I include a bonus one of just really helping you center your energy and start to get clear on what it is that you do want. And maybe it will work with the overwhelm, if anyone's feeling that overwhelm factor of having so many beautiful passions in their life, and just kind of chunking it down and seeing it out on paper. So that's going to be my gift. I'll include the link underneath this video for each and every single one of you here. And I know that we have some other beautiful offers. Who wants to share theirs?
I'll jump in. I am offering for the viewers of our program a 50% discount for email coaching. So just, if you have something you're sitting on, you don't quite know how to navigate it, and you're looking for that feedback, I'm going to be putting the offer code below this video and how to contact me and take advantage of that. So sometimes it's good to have that bird's eye perspective, and I've got you. Got you.
Oh, way to go, goddesses. I'm loving these so much. And I would like to offer to our viewers and listeners here a complimentary one-on-one coaching call with me, like a discovery call, and see if we are a good fit to work together. And I can drop the link for bookings in the Facebook page as well. And super happy to connect with you guys. So this is wonderful. Let's keep the momentum going.
I love it. Such generous gifts and offers. So beautiful. So I would love if you'd like to connect with me through my website. I want to gift listeners access to the meditation hub. I think I have like 5 or 6 like meditations, healing activations that you can look at and see what feels aligned for you, and you can access those, and they'll be sent right to your email as a digital download, and you can continue to listen to them and deepen them. I have like a womb healing on there. There's like an inner freedom and sovereignty healing, money recode. There's a bunch of different little gifts on there that you can choose from, or all of them if you'd like. So I'd like to give that to everyone today.
Thank you. Oh my God. Such wonderful gifts.
Anyone who wants to join us on the Facebook group, please do. Everyone is welcome. We're always happy to connect with everybody there, and we are wishing you all so many blessings, so much love, light, and wholeness. And thank you so much for tuning in today. We appreciate you, goddesses, here, and we will see you on the next episode of The Glowing Goddess.